All right, guys, we're back. Episode 5. All right, Maniac, how was your week?
Man, the week was smooth. A lot of ups and downs, roller coaster ride this week. I don't know if it's from the weather changing or whatever the case may be. But I was feeling a little down the last few days, and just trying to bounce back, man. Trying to light that fire again. And I took a couple weeks. It's been about a week and a half now since the fight, so I kind of self-inflicted wounds, bro, because I'm not used to sitting around. I'm always on the go.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm not on the go, but, as far as working out, I kind of gave it a little break. So today, went for a little run, felt good. And on my run, I was thinking, I ran past a few kids on the bus stop and shit, and they laughed, and, I had the hair out. I do me. And in the moment, I'm thinking like, damn, these kids, they laughing and shit, but only if they knew the grind, right? You know what I'm saying? The hard work to, get where I'm at and shit. And then, on my way home, I had that thought process going through my mind, and I'm out front working out, and the neighborhood kids come around, and the first thing they do is they out there laughing, you know what I mean? Well, I'm out there grinding. So, to me, I don't take it as like they're laughing at me. I took it as like, all right, these motherfuckers, let's see what I can do with them. You know what I mean? Let me tighten them up. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I took it. So I took the little kids under my wing and shit. I started with some chalk lines, teaching them how to walk the line. And more of the story, bro, like we was there for 45 minutes to an hour. I'm sitting there training these kids, and now when I go out back, they're like, hey coach. So, but it was just, goosebumps, bro, because in that moment on my run, right, having that thought process of like, damn, these people laugh at you and shit, and then, but then getting back to the house, the kid ride by on the bike laughing, and then I break them down and school them. Sometimes that's what, people, they don't laugh at you to make fun of you. They laugh at you because they don't know what else to do in those moments.
True.
So sometimes you just gotta, don't take it as so personal, you know. And I took it as, let me teach these kids in this moment. So that's what I did. It was beautiful, and I made a little videos and shit and tightened them up quick, bro. It was nice, man. So
good.
That helped me out, though. Yep.
Good.
How your weekend? How your week? How you been going, man? What's up?
Well, we had our first football game Friday. Not bad. We went into the half winning. Very, very excited about what our team can do. Still a lot of work to do. We're still very young. A lot of kids that are new to the game. Definitely was able to, after the game, reflect on things that I and my staff could have done better, right? We had some issues with substitutions, some issues with some blocking on the line, just a couple assignments that we missed. A couple calls on my end that I think if I were to do it again, I would have done a little differently. But definitely a good turnout as far as the fans. Our parents were definitely excited about the performance we put up. Again, we're a very young team. We got kids ranging from just turning 5 and mostly a few 7s and a couple kids that are a little bit, a little older than that. But overall, good performance. I think as long as we keep getting better every week, we can get somewhere.
Correct, yeah.
So my goal, like always, is to get to the mountaintop. Get to that playoff, that championship game. I never look at any differently.
Always set the standards high, bro.
Yeah. I told the kids day one. I told all of them. I actually do that with every team.
Yep.
It's something that I've been doing since I was 18 with the first team I coached. After I decided that I knew that my dreams weren't exactly going to pan out, so I've always done that, just to reach for the skies, right?
Championship and bust.
Yeah, that's it. That's it, because that's what you strive for. That's what we signed up for.
Yeah.
So every season I say, hey, this is the first step to get to the championship. Oddly enough, though, because last time I coached, my team was able to get to a state championship, so I was like, look, guys, this is the first steps to a state. So I really set the bar high, but why not, right?
That's it, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. That's definitely it. So, but I'm excited. We got another game coming up this week. Looked at the scores, the standings. There's some high scores in there, so there's definitely some good teams that can put up some points. So, excited for what these next few weeks are going to be. Going out there to battle. But outside of that, man,
Well, on that topic, just these little guys that had incorporating passes into the game now. Like that shit's beautiful, bro. Because a couple years back there was no passing for these little guys. So I seen it. I was at the game and I seen a few passes and I was like, yeah, I like that.
Yeah, no, it was great, man. I mean, I think we passed it a couple times.
Well, one was a nice catch. So
one Braxton caught one and it was good. Another one actually hit his hands. I think he was seeing a guy coming and he dropped it. But you know, I've learned over the years that kids are sponges.
Yes.
And the more we expose them to, the more opportunities we give them, the more they grow quicker. I mean, just look at the kids now. The kids now, they can handle a smartphone, a computer, a tablet, things that some people our age just sometimes struggle with. They weren't exposed to it. So that just goes to show you the ability of a kid, that they're just taking the information in. You know, they say especially, you know, if you're going to learn a new language, the earlier the better. You know, so these kids can pick up a new language very quick. So definitely, I definitely put no limits to what I show, and you know, a lot of people hear me in a huddle, and I'm going, you know, Ray motion 41 wedge, and they're like, oh, coach, I feel like you need to call it SpongeBob, and I'm like, why? I'm like, they understand the Ray motion is, you know, left to right, you know,
and you're preparing for the next level too,
and every year we add a little flavor to it. I do the same with my basketball teams. My 8U team was running a motion offense. You know, they were understanding, you know, when we wanted to, you know, 3/4 press or, you know, do things like that to show certain things. I don't limit them, man. I give them, I've told them, I mean, even the drills they were doing, they were drills that the high school team does. You know, and I would tell them, like, hey guys, if you guys can execute this, you're already ahead of the game. You know?
Keep them one step ahead of the game, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. So, no, but yeah, definitely excited. You know, it's rough, you know, for anyone that's coached little guys. The attention span is literally 5 seconds, and then they're looking somewhere else. It's tough, but it's fun, especially when kids are progressing and they're growing, they're learning. It's definitely rewarding, very, very rewarding. And you know, I say this to anyone that I talk to about this team. Like there's been many seasons that I've wanted to be successful, but I don't know if any other compares to what I want for this team, because you know, I put it together last year. It was rough getting kids signed up. We you know, had enough kids to get a team going. You know, there was no score last year, but obviously we all know what the outcome is at the game, right? And obviously we came up short just about every game. It was tough for a brand new team, very young, you know, but this year we're a little bit older, still a young team, but a little bit older, got a core group of experience. And with everything I got going on, man, I just want something really positive out here for everybody, you know?
That's it. That's what I mean, that's for you, your mental space too. You
know, for me, I
need
it. I crave it. I want this bad. So definitely very, very, very excited. But yeah, man, the week has been a little different this week. As our channel, our reels, our posts, our conversations continue to make it out there to people. You know, I actually this week, earlier in the week, I had one of my ex-coworkers, someone I hired a couple years ago, right? And this is a very, very long story, but the way I can kind of shorten it up is this young man, local kid from the area, went through some struggles in life, right? Battling some demons. Let's just leave it at that. Through that time, even though he was battling with these things, I could see there was a good person in there, right? So he took some time.
He had love.
Yeah, and he was genuine, man. Like he was dealing with this thing that he couldn't shake, but just everyone liked him. Everyone cared about him. Everyone understood that he was dealing with something, but no one turned their back on him, you know? And you could feel the good energy from him, but he just had this thing he was fighting every day, right? Yeah, so fast forward, you know, a few months later, you know, he has some things going on, and he came to me like a man and said, look, I need to take a little time away. Are you okay with that? So, you know, we talked to the HR people and all, and, you know, he got to take some time away, went and handled some things that needed to handle, right, to battle this stuff. Came back.
That's the biggest step, though, for real, you know, knowing that you need something, an outlet before you self-destruct. So shout out to him, man. Yeah, big step. So again, seeing that he's a good person, man, I'm always willing to help anyone that's trying to be better, trying to help themselves, you know.
I'm not for helping someone that's standing still. You know, if I'm gonna help you, I need you to be leading the way.
In motion.
Yeah. Yep. So he handled that, came back, looked better. You know, and by doing that, he understood that continuing to stay in a familiar environment was going to be bad news, right?
Yes.
So he came to me again as a man and said, hey, I think I'm going to move. I have some, I think it was his father or someone in Florida. I got to make the jump for me.
Yep.
You know, and I totally backed him, respected it, enforced it, and honestly, encouraged it, signed off on it. And let me tell you this, once he went there, he found similar work from what I had taught him and trained him, found similar work, and, you know, right away he reached out to me, man, you know, this was, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. He reached out and said, man, I appreciate what you did for me. You know, just kind of gave me some good words, and I appreciated that. You know, just kind of, you know, give me the feedback.
Make you feel good a little
yeah,
bit,
absolutely.
You know?
It definitely feels good. Anytime you help someone, it does feel good to know that you did the right thing.
Especially when you do it from the heart, bro.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
You don't want nothing for what I'm thinking. I don't want nothing. I'm just doing this because this is the right thing to do.
Yeah. Yeah, the right thing
blessing,
always
bro.
feels right. And so he did that for a while. Every once in a while I got a message. He was very excited and saying, look, man, I'm working here. This is what I'm doing. I'm learning some things. And little by little, as he continued to gain more knowledge, he would reach out to me and my guys here and would go, hey, I learned this. Here's this. You know, I'm going to share this with you just in case you ever need this. So it was great because he was now giving back to us. So he reached out to me, and he's now a manager at you know, a facility in Florida somewhere, doing very well for himself, taking on all the leadership things that I show him, the things and again the reward, I guess, you know, now, again, I'm not looking for a reward, but I guess the rewarding part of this was how he talked to me and was like, you know, I learned a lot from you. I wouldn't be here if you didn't continue to give me a chance and allow me to recognize, go away, come back, and handle this, right?
It's the appreciation of it.
Yeah, and then this is the one that hit me, right? Because I'm hearing him and I'm like, man, that's good for you. I'm happy for you. You know, I knew you were a good guy. I seen it. You know, good job. And he goes, look, man, I'm now, you know, a manager. I'm gonna, you know, push forward what you did for me. Like, I'm gonna now pay it forward. I'm gonna find another young guy that wants to be good, do good, and
take him under the wing.
And I'm gonna take him under my wing and pay it forward because you paid it to me. I'm gonna pay it forward.
That's the way of life.
Man, that right there, I was like, wow, dude, that's cool, right? Because it is, because not only did you now find yourself, but now you recognize that you needed someone to guide you. So now you're gonna now find someone, guide them, and I just, and the thought that I had in my head was, what if everyone was like that, man? Like, what if we all looked out for each other, paid it forward for each other, just
didn't give up when people when times get rough.
Yeah,
motivate
man.
Them, push
just saw the positive in somebody, right?
Bro, for real. And show them though too, not just sit in them, but show and pull it out of them.
Yeah,
right. Like, that's the big difference.
Yeah, it was. So that was really, you know, a good message, man. And you know, we've been messaging back and forth. He's been, you know, watching the podcast. He's been enjoying it, loving it. You know, he even said, man, sucks what happened to you, man, but I know you're gonna be good. I have no doubt in my mind. So again, he's, you know, now also lifting me up. So just a full circle just scenario there, man, where it just came back to me, you know. So happy for him. He knows who he is. So happy for you, man. If you're watching this episode like you have the other ones, I am genuinely happy for you all the way through. Good things are coming your way. Keep it up and definitely pay it forward, man. Help someone else out. You know, get pushed, get the advice and the guidance that they need for sure. But yeah, so that was definitely very impactful. Outside of that, you know, I'm back out there, like I said last week, you know, doing some interviews. Had two really good interviews with some really good companies, very similar to some of the things I was doing in the past. So it's familiar to me, you know, not like some of the other ones that were a little bit out of my comfort zone and things that I'm not really 100% an expert on. But that's going well. You know, we're going through, I guess, the second and third steps now, going through that. And hopefully, you know, some answers come my way and, you know, decided to make a decision there, right? Again, I'm still holding to what I believe, that I want it to be the right move for me and my family.
Yep.
You know, I am still, like I share, I am working on, a business that we're working on so far already. There's some bookings and everything going on, so we're already getting that going. Amazon has been at my door every day for the last 2 weeks, nonstop. Hopefully.
Don't be afraid to chase that shit. Whatever you got going on, bro. Like,
no, I mean, look, it is scary though. It is scary because
but
you're betting on you and everything, but at the same time,
who else is gonna do it?
Exactly.
You gotta believe in yourself, bro. Once you really believe in yourself, everything else, it's gonna work itself out, bro. For real,
Yeah.
So on that kind of a topic and shit, I've been alone since I was 11 years old. Like I said before, I never owed a man a dollar in my life. I always knew how to go get it. I always will go get it, and God always blessed me at the right time. So we kind of, I ain't big on making another man rich, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna feed my family, put money in my own pocket. Not that I don't want to help people along the way, but I'm not gonna go waste my time and my life earning you an income to where like I'm killing myself.
Yeah.
So, me and the lady, she kind of like, she just tries to shit on me any way she can, and like fuck it, like it is what it is, and so she's like, oh, you're a bum piece of shit. You ain't got no job. You ain't got no 401k. But like, bitch, I've been alone since I was 11. We ain't never had a problem. Got the house. You know what I mean? I ain't saying anything because of you or whatever, but fucking because of me too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like oh my God, bro. And she just be trying to shit on me the whole way. And fuck all that. You gotta work and kill yourself. As long as you doing your thing, have your income, do what you do, take care of your kids, and do everything. And the proof is in the pudding, bro. Like, I don't even know how to get deep into that shit, bro, because I don't want shit on nobody. But like, this shit is crazy, son, for real, yo. I'm telling you, bro. Man, it's fucked up when you're a good ass dude, bro, and you do things the right way, and everything is like, life ain't perfect, but everything is good, and you just find a way to shit on a good motherfucker any chance you get. I don't understand it, bro. Like, women that have a good man and destroy that nigga and take from him and shit on him, and then you got a motherfucking man that's out here that's a real true piece of shit, no good motherfucker, don't give a fuck about nothing, and these bitches will chase him to the end of earth and try to give him all the love and try to, fix who he is and shit. But when you got a good man, y'all take from him, y'all shit on us. Like, make it make sense, bro, for real. Like, when y'all hear, like, just anybody out there, just comment. Like, make it make sense to me, please. Like, how can a woman shit on a good dude, bro, any chance you get? You wake up in a shit mood, go to bed in a shit mood, put the nigga through shit 24/7 when he's a fucking great guy, wakes up, feeds his kids, get them dressed, takes them to school. Their whole fucking life, bro. Like, everything. My kids really chase greatness because I'm in their lives, and I tell these motherfuckers, y'all have the advantage in life. And they truly do, bro, because I'm there schooling them, breaking them down, doing everything for them. I always had a motherfucking income, whether I'm babysitting, merchandise, whatever the fuck I do in life. I always pay my motherfucking way. Ain't a motherfucker out here that can ever say I was in their pocket. Never. And I paid niggas rent. I helped motherfuckers get cars. Man, I did a lot for everybody, bro, for real. So shit gets deep, bro, for real. And
well, I'll say this, man. In any relationship, we go through things, but sometimes we take on the burden of what our significant other's going through, and sometimes that could be something where she's dealing with some things that, you're not going to understand, you can't control, but it's something that you guys need to try to figure out, because that's not right for you taking on that weight that's hers, right? It's one thing for you to lift the weight with her together, but it sounds like you're getting dumped extra weight because she doesn't know how to handle what she got.
We just on two different paths, bro. Like, the only time we ever really clicked is when we was young and we was smoking and shit, but I tried to outgrow that shit. Like, that ain't who I am no more. She's still stuck on that type of person, so we never can really elevate. Like, I'm here, nigga. My energy level's here. Like, positive, chasing greatness. Like, I live this shit. I do this shit. I don't just preach. I fucking teach. Like, I really live this life. And then you got... It's just... I don't know, bro. That shit's just... Shit got this fucking change, man. Shit is crazy, bro.
Well, bro, like I said, that's something that you gotta... we gotta tackle sometimes, man. And again, sometimes... The one thing I do know that I have seen myself included is... when we're with someone very young, at any point honestly, but when we're with someone young, as we continue to grow and progress, like you said, sometimes we're at different stages in life. You're one way, she's another way. There's things that you're into that she's not. So you got to find your median. You know what I mean? You got to find whatever that median is. We got to find, what point, what does she need? What do you need? That's something that's got to make clear, because here's the thing, man. And we talked about this in many episodes. We get one life. Our time continues to tick.
Preach, bro.
It continues to tick. And at the end of the day,
how the fuck you like that negative energy?
Yeah. Look, we gotta continue to strive to be happy as individuals. Like, yes, you are, a husband, you are a father, and things like that. But at the same time, you are you, and we have to find and search our happiness and stuff. And it cannot be sacrificed by anything or anyone. Again, we got one life to live. So I've seen that many a times. It's not good for anyone. It's not good for either party anyways.
And it don't matter what course I take in life, bro. Like, you work out, you work out too much. Or we started doing the podcast and shit. And she like, oh, you're a faggot. Who does a fucking podcast 8:30 at night? It's just always like some belittling ass shit to put a nigga down. Like, it's crazy. It don't matter where. I can hang with this motherfucker or that motherfucker. And it'd be like, I'll hang with him once in a while and she be on some bullshit, yo. Yeah. That shit just be crazy. Like, man.
Well, look, I tell you this, and this is my biggest thing with, I actually...
Deep, bitch, I'm biting my tongue for real. Like, for real, bro.
I hear you.
I want to just, motherfucker, bro. If it's my own podcast, shorty, I'm telling you, I would go nuts. For real.
Well, I'll say this. I think, one of the things with you, and I told you this, and I actually just had this conversation 2 days ago about you, is if someone doesn't get to understand your vision, doesn't understand your message, doesn't understand your energy, they're against it. We've seen it, with some guys that we know. I've been told that by people that I know that are asking me, man, why do you deal with that guy? But then later, once they get to know who you are, the real message that you have, the positivity that you show for everyone, when they see you coaching Team A, but you're cheering for Team B at the same time, and people that are in tune with who they are and they're confident, you don't scare them. But those that are not, you scare them. We've seen that multiple times. I actually just had this conversation with one of my coaches that was listening to the last episode, and he was saying, some things, and he's like, man, that guy. Then I'm like, look, you gotta get to know him, understand like who that man is. And I told him I wouldn't have done this with someone that I didn't feel was genuine and had something of value to bring. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't just to sit here and just do it. It was that I knew I had felt your energy for many years, and just seeing the positivity and how young kids, I mean, my own included, they look for you. You know what I mean? That's an impact when little kids actually look for you and wanna you to coach them, be on their side. And again, I just had this conversation with, a guy that, you've helped out a little bit, coach, and I've known for a long time. And, he's not someone that easily allows anyone on his bench. Like, he's very, very detailed with who he wants with him, working with him, and the way he does things. And the fact that he's begging for you to be on the sideline says a lot, I've known him for a long time. He's very, very disciplined with how he does things. So, look, I'll tell you this. I mean, you got a journey that you're dealing with right now, and something that you got to figure out.
Bro, I battled depression in 2018, and fucking, it was the same shit. You're a bum, you're no good, you're a piece of shit. And then, I was working, I was working for Summit Contract and making some of the best money I was ever making in my life. But just fucking hearing that, bro, I would fucking go home. And, I mean, I guess that's why I am where I'm at today, like, nigga chasing greatness. And I really, like, tell myself that every day, because I was so beat to shits that I thought I was a no good bum piece of shit. Like, I was deep, bro. And fucking, I'd ask God, that's the only person I ever talked to was God. Like, how the fuck do we get out of this? And he's like, you put yourself there. You got to get yourself out there. And that's really what it is. Like, when we battle depression and we go through this shit, we do it to ourselves, because we allow the outer voices to fucking beat us down so much that we start to believe that shit. And I got to that point where I believed that I was a no good piece of shit, bum. Like, I was worthless. I had nothing. And I would go to work, come home, and I would sleep until the next morning until I went back to work. Like, I was failing my kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just felt like fuck everything, and God said, you know, you the only one that get yourself out of there. And yo did, like, yo sent me an angel, bro, and like she was like, you know, she showed me everything that life should be. You know, I come home from work, steak dinner's made, bath water, clip my toenails, rub me down, like was like, nigga, this is the life. And I was enjoying it, bro, but like just not being around my kids, because that's all I ever wanted in life was kids. I always asked God, just bless me with family, bless me with kids, bro, because I always wanted to be the best father in the fucking world. Like, I ain't trying to shit on nobody, but I always wanted to be the best father in the world, bro. Yeah. And I'm always big on, you know, what God blesses you with, the devil's there to take. So I feel like, you know, God was like, all right, I'm going to give you these kids, I'm going to bless you with everything, but the devil was like, nah, nigga, I'm going to give you, this the woman you going to have him with, though. So I've been like kind of fucked like forever, bro. I mean, she's got a good heart, she's a good mother. I ain't dissing her, I ain't knocking her when it comes to that shit. But when it comes to me, bro, and just putting me down and talking to me like I'm shit and I'm no good, like that shit just blows my fucking mind. Because I really see men out here that are shit and that are no good. And these women are fucking do everything for them. Then when you got a man that, I mean, I used to bring flowers home all the time, bless her with flowers. And she'd be like, oh, they're not red, they're white. That don't mean love, this means friendship. This means, like, I ain't never get that deep into that shit. I was just being a fucking nice man. I want to come home, drop you some flowers and, you know, how's your day? Here you go, let's enjoy the day. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. Shit's just wild. And I try to sit down, we, you know, try to talk to her, but I can't never get deep in the conversation with her because it's always fuck you, this, that. So maybe if you watch this and you hear this, maybe, you know, the shit might touch you and you might fucking, you know, want to sit down and talk. I even say, you sit down and watch one of the podcasts? No, I ain't watch none of your podcasts. Like, never really supporting what I do, bro. Even when I boxed, oh, I hope you get punched in the face and all this goofy shit. Like, what? This bitch, anything she ever dreamed about doing, I always support it. Oh, I want to make chocolate molds. Okay, I went and bought all the molds, bought chocolate. Go chase your dreams, go do that. Oh, I want to make shirts, I want to make clothes. You know, whatever she does, she don't never really stick with it. I think it's just a thought. Mm. And I'm the type that I'm going to feed that thought. You know what I mean? You got that good positive thought. Okay, how can we progress and make it like, boom, let's do something with it. Yeah. And, you know, you only can go as far as you want to go in life. And she never really took it far. And that ain't on me because I always support it. But it's just like I don't never get that same support in return, bro, and it's crazy. And a lot of people be like, yo, how you deal with that? Why you know, people that know us get deep. They're like, how you deal with it? How you put up with that? And I always say for my kids, and it really is for my kids, bro, because if I wasn't there, I know things would be, they wouldn't be what they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids literally are like, they chase greatness, bro. They are great kids, and I know I play a fucking huge role in that shit, man. Yeah. For real.
No, look, that's good. Again, I appreciate you sharing that because obviously that's very, very personal. But I'm sure there's others out there that go through similar things or similar crossroads. Look, man, that's very deep. Again, but I think it's something that you need to really address and figure out. Because at the end of the day, I mean, it definitely sounds like you both are not necessarily happy in what you guys have going on right now, and that's something that's not fair to either one of you. I mean, take it from me, it's not fair to either one. So definitely, you know, I hope that you can get the energy to get in front of that crossroad and have that conversation. I think a conversation needs to be had, and maybe it's a, you know, intimate, private conversation away from the house, away from the kids, somewhere where you guys actually can engage in the conversation and say what it is.
I'll be big on that too. So a lot of shit's always brought up around the kids. I'm like, yo, they babies, they kids, they don't need to hear that shit. If you want to sit down and chop it up, well, we can chop it up. Like, it's just levels of growth, bro, and you know, some people elevate and some people stay stagnant. Yeah.
Man. No, it's true. Like I said, I mean, we change. You know? We change, and again, sometimes some change a different way, or some take a little slower to catch up. But
you gotta be willing to catch up. You know, some people aren't willing to catch up, man.
That is true, but you know, obviously the fact that it bothers you sounds like you care. The fact that you're still managing through it, navigating through it, it shows that you care.
Oh yeah, so, I never quit on something that I started in life. You know, absolutely,
and I appreciate that shit. Bro. Absolutely, and look, and I understand there's a lot of negativity going on, but obviously there's value there, right? So, you know, I'm positive that you will find the way to navigate through it, and you know, get her to see your side of you. So hey, this is the why. This is why I do these things. So, You know, so I pray for you, brother. You know, get on that. You know, don't waste another second with that. Definitely get in front of that, because it is very uncomfortable to continue to navigate that every day.
Yep.
So, well, I feel that. Hey, but you know, so a little backtrack a little bit, man. I want to share something. I know we're kind of talking about mental health. You know, and it's something that, you know, I'll be honest, when the whole mental health wave came in, you know, at first I was one of the men going, that's stupid, you know, I don't understand it, that's weakness. And then you later realize that we all go through some sort of, you know, wall of mental health, right? Like, you know, you're touching on obviously something that you've dealt with and something a little bit that you're dealing with today. And even though now you're in a better headspace, which is great, it's still something that shakes you up a little bit, right? But you know, over time now, where I'm now in a better place mentally, and I say a better place, but I'm talking about growth, right? Like just mentally more mature, in tune with what I have going on.
Think before you speak.
Definitely that. I'm way better at that. I mean, I was definitely one that something happened, I reacted. Definitely have grown there, but you know, I actually, and again, revolving around work, man, I went through a stage 2 where it was challenging, man. You know, I was stressed at work, just a lot of things going wrong, a lot of pressure on me. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. I don't know if I mean, some people close to me realized it, but I actually, you know, and you know, I've never been a big guy. My weight has always been between 145 to all the way to about 180. Just I've been somewhere in that range all my life, right? From, you know, back and forth. But I actually lost almost 20 pounds. Just the physical labor I was doing, the mental stress, the lack of getting a good meal every day, and that evolved to me being short fused at home. You know, something as simple as a bottle out of place would have me like, why is that bottle there? And it was little things because I was so geared up with everything that I had carrying, and it did that to me, man. And then, you know, quite honestly, I mean, my relationship was hurting, you know, because I had no energy to want to do anything. You know, and it was tough, man. I mean, it got to the point where, you know, my wife reached out to my mother basically saying, look, I don't know what's going on with him, you know. So, you know, once she addressed that with me, I checked myself, man. I was just like, man, what is up with me? You know what I mean? Why am I feeling like this? What's going on? And I went to a doctor. You know, I literally went to a doctor, and right away he's like, you're depressed. I'm like, I'm looking at him like, are you kidding me?
Depression, right?
Like, I'm me. You know, I'm healthy. I got a good job. I got a good home, a good family, healthy. What I got to be depressed about? And he was like, well, let me ask you. He started asking me like, what do I do every day? And I was like, well, I work. What else do you do? Well, I coach. How many teams? 3. Oh, well, what do you do after work? Well, I go coach. He said, well, how many hours you work? Well, about 12 hours a day. Oh, so do you got sisters, brothers? I got a sister. Oh, okay. Your mom's still alive? Yeah. He's like, okay, so you're a coach, a father, a husband, a brother, a son. He's like, and you're a coach of 3 teams. He's like, how can you do that? And I just started realizing, like, wow, like I am all these things.
Where's the time for?
Right. So while no, I wasn't crying, no, I wasn't, never had any ill thoughts towards myself, right? Nothing like that. But
I'm like, whoa, that.
Yeah, no, I never had that, you know, and I was very lucky with that. But I was definitely very emotionally agitated a lot, you know. I quite honestly, man, I mean, I literally had a physical fight with my best friend because I was dealing with so much. Something happened between me and him, and I lost it. You know what I mean? I literally lost it with my best friend. Literally, my brother to me. Literally my brother. So it was tough, man. And, you know, that's why, you know, again, going back to something we talked about, every once in a while I see one of our brothers, you know, right now, you know, I noticed one of our brothers was dealing with something. He talked to me a little bit, and I reached out to him, and it's like, bro, hang out with us, come out, play ball, do something, you know, get out the house, be with the fellas. Just, you know, we're not doing anything negative. Nope. We're balling, we're competing, we're bullshit.
Yeah.
And I love that he's been coming out with us because we need that, right? We have to find gateways to to be us. You know, a lot of times when work, family, kids, wife, life, we forget who we are. We stop doing the things that make us us.
Stop caring about ourselves.
Yeah,
bro.
and you know, and I tell you that a lot of times that's what happened to women.
Yeah.
Women go from being a young girl out there living her best life to she meets a man, has a baby, has 2 babies, had 3 babies, goes through the postpartum. Now her body's not the same. Her body's changing. She doesn't feel like sexy anymore. Obviously now with social media, women think they gotta be big butts, big this, big lips, all this fat, and little did they realize that that's not really what we look for. It's not even, you know,
I even keep it right. I even tell her you're beautiful. You don't even need no makeup.
but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. For all the women out there, listen to a man when he gives you a compliment. You know, get out of your own head. And I know I'm speaking to something that'll never change, but I wish women would really, really understand how we as men find the beauty in women. Like what you guys mean, what you guys do, what you guys provide, the mothers that you guys are, the wives that you guys can be to us. Those are the things that we look for. You know, all that superficial stuff, you know, it's not what we look for.
Men really don't want that. They just want to have fun with that. That shit is not something that they really want.
No. Like, you know, I laugh at this trend, and ladies out there, no disrespect, but the trend of the super long eyelashes is boggle my mind.
Shit is goofy.
I don't understand it. I'm glad that it's starting to die down. You know, I do respect any woman that wants to do something to feel better, to gain confidence. But I also think it's superficial. And let me tell you something. I went to a vacation 3.5 years ago. Yes, 3.5 years ago. I was at a resort having a good time, and we in our group recognized, and I don't know how other way to say this, everyone out there, but she was a plus size woman, right? But her confidence was overwhelming. Her outfits were, I mean, great. She dressed stylish. She carried herself great. Her vibe was cool. She came to us and hung out with all of us, our group, and we had groups of all shapes, sizes, colors, and walks of life. It didn't matter. And she came and she rocked it with us, and she never, ever had any second thoughts that she was a little bit bigger than most.
Yeah.
I recognized that. My wife recognized that. I love that.
Can I tell you one thing about like a plus size woman?
Yes.
They have the fucking confidence, bro. Most of them have the fucking confidence because that's what they are, and they don't give a fuck. This is who I am. I dealt with this my whole life. Not say I don't know what, you know, I'm sure they went through some shit when they were younger dealing with shit, but when they get older, bro, I've seen a lot of plus size women confidence, fuck, bro. Funny, down to earth, cool, like some of the coolest people you ever will be around. Absolutely. And I agree with that, 100%.
Absolutely. So again, you know, and again, I hope no one takes this as a knocker. This is not that message. But I just want to say, I enjoyed. It was amazing to see a woman that the media, the stereotype would consider not attractive, but that did not matter to her. And it definitely, none of that mattered to any of us. Her character, her vibe, her energy is what literally mattered to all of us. It was so cool to see. Very eye-opening, especially now in the social media world that we live in. All the plastic surgery that women feel like they have to do, that is just, it's tough for me. Like, and again, I encourage any woman that they feel like that's going to solve their insecurity. I encourage it. I back it. But I just hope women would understand more their value that they bring and how we really, real men, really look at women. So that was just a message there, but definitely a great experience that I had with that in our group and everyone, that it was just eye-opening.
And I don't care how good you think you look, if your soul is not pure and good, ain't no man want that shit, bro. So if you want to really stand out, have an amazing soul, and be an amazing person, and you'll have any man that you ever dreamt of.
Yeah.
He'll be drooling from the mouth looking for you until he finds you. Because that's all we want is peace, bro. And just
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. But again, touching on the mental health side, you know, like I said, I went through that, and slowly I kind of game myself, and I told myself, man, this isn't it. So kind of like you, I dug myself out of that little spell, I guess, that I was going through. And again, I never had any ill thoughts towards myself or anyone or anything like that, never at all. But I definitely went through a challenging time. That like kind of like you said, I didn't want to really do anything. I even stopped playing ball for a bit.
Yeah,
that's one thing that I just don't quit, right? And then, man, at that moment, right, when I was bouncing back, that's when I was thinking about not only the mental side, thinking about separating work from family, understanding family time's important, understanding also the time with my relationship needed to be important, right? I just, all those things I started valuing, and again, touching back on this, but that's when next thing you know, COVID hit, and it's like a lot of things stopped, and things got intimate with family and the wife, right? So again, COVID was a wild time, but it also restructured my everyday and allowed me to look at things in a different view. And also at that time, you know, the next thing I want to talk about was I started focusing on my health. I started really paying attention to things I was eating, because I really do believe that the things we eat will affect our mind too.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? So I you know, I think at that point I definitely didn't touch any sodas, any energy drinks. I stopped that. Well, I think there were a lot of foods that I just knew were just bad for us. I just started letting go. You know, I started, you know, managing my drinking. You know, at that time I was drinking every weekend and then all this, and I was like, nah, man, you know what? This is what it is. Let me cut down on that. Let me manage this better. You know, I do enjoy a drink here and there. I do enjoy socializing, but I realized that, you know, I needed to monitor that a little better, control a little better. You know, that way it doesn't affect my body as bad, right? Just kind of, so I slowly began growing into understanding that, and then slowly I started getting back into to working out and being more active, not just play ball once or twice a week, but also lift some weights. I feel, because I was also feeling like a man knows when he feels strong, like you just know yourself, and I could feel that, you know, I could feel that I didn't feel strong, I didn't feel certain things, so I definitely got on that and everything, and it was really good. But now talking about, you know, physical health, you know, a very wild event happened on Friday, and I know you were there a while, but you didn't get to see this. But a person that, man, he is in a sense, I love the way that he is very positive. You know, it's like nonstop, and I used to be like, man, like I'm a positive person, right? But I have my days too. Like I'm not immune to a bad day, everyone. I'm not immune to getting upset. That's not, I don't want anyone to think that I'm a perfect, no. Like,
yeah, but
I'm
we get to that level where that little cloud over us, we try to learn
sure,
how to,
and I gotta navigate out of it, right?
Right.
But this guy, man, he's such a positive dude, such an amazing dad. I mean, it's almost like no matter what's going on, it's always like it's a good time, no matter what. We're navigating through it, you know. And as of late, I've gotten to.
I'm gonna cut you off,
yeah.
But they're the guys we gotta pray for, bro. Cause I know that I don't show any signs of weakness. I don't show that I struggle. I don't show that I battle. When I'm around people, it's high energy, smiling, laughing, make you laugh, enjoy life.
Yeah.
And motherfuckers go through some shit, man.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But yeah, so definitely a positive man, positive family. Their whole family is just very positive, and I spent a little vacation with them a little while back, and it was really, always loved them, always loved their energy, always, you know, really favorite people to mine to be around any time that we're in sporting events together and stuff like that. And you know, this Friday, man, you know, he wasn't feeling really good. He's on my coaching staff and stuff, you know, new coach to football, but he helps out wherever he can. His boy's playing for us, man. And you know, during that time, he wasn't feeling really good. And I saw him walking away and stuff, and I didn't really realize, obviously, a lot going on in the game. There was so much I was trying to, you know, manage. He kind of stood off to the side and was dealing with having some lightheaded and migraine and some vision problems and stuff, and just wasn't feeling really good, but still stuck through it because his boy was playing, right? I mean, anyone else would have just left and, you know, whatever, but no, he's sticking it out. Fast forward to the game's over, and, you know, we realize, oh shoot, where is he? We go over, walk to him, and we realize, like, man, he's dealing with something. Something's up. Yeah, so the whole time, him being a man, I've done it many a times. I'm sure I'll say it again. Someone's telling, hey, you're not feeling good, go to the doctor. And as men, we try to be tough. We came in a generation that you're supposed to be tough. You're not supposed to cry. You're not supposed to feel hurt. Pain is temporary and all that. And yes, that's true. But sometimes, man, there is a need for a doctor, man. I hate to say it, and it's tough because you don't know when that time really is. It's kind of like we're playing Russian roulette, right? We're picking and choosing when we want to go to the doctor and what that means. But we kept saying, man, I don't know, like the stuff that you're saying doesn't seem right. And he's a healthy guy, works out, in good shape, doesn't really eat bad. Like, he takes care of himself, doesn't really drink. Like, so, all of us are like, man, like what could it be? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's not like someone that is trashing their body or anything. And the whole time, man, we're just like, dude, I really think, whatever it takes, just get to the doctors, just check it out, like whatever, right? Man, fast forward a couple hours later, he was literally thinking about maybe just sleeping it off, just letting it be, and that's what we do as men, right? We
Try to
don't
suck it up.
Suck it up. We don't feel good. We say, hey, well, I'll sleep it off tomorrow. I get a little better. Next day, I'll be good. Well, man, he, went home, got things together, the kids, whatnot. Went to the hospital, man, and he had a blood clot going to the brain. And I hope they're okay with me sharing this, and I'll probably ask before I put this out, but I gotta say it because it puts things in perspective that the human body can go through a lot, but at the same time, it's very fragile, man. There's certain things that the human body just can't fight through or can't beat. And something like that is one of them. I had a family member that very healthy, played college ball and went like that due to something like that. Just life gone, young life, 20-some years old. And we hear about it. We hear stories about it. But luckily, he did go right away. They took care of him. He's back home with the family. Nice. He sent a heartfelt message today, just thanking everyone because we were very concerned and wanted the best for him, right? And
of course, yeah.
And I read the message, and again, just like anytime I get a message, it feels good to hear something positive, right? And things like that. But the way I read the message was like, again, I just thought like, man, what if we all, man, like why is it that I just don't understand, like, why there's always so much negativity every day around everybody, right?
Well, some people are.
I know, but it's just bro. Like, I tell people all the time, like when something negative happens towards me, I literally say to myself, I wake up positive.
Yes.
I see it positive. And it just in my mind, I'm just like, why can't it be positive? Why aren't we thinking like this? Why are we not looking at it in a positive way? Right?
Anything.
Yeah,
anything like why not? Why not?
Like why don't we all just realize like, yes, things are gonna happen, but let's get past it. Like yes, you can crash a car, but you know what? You're alive. A car can be replaced. Get past it. Don't dwell on it. It's like things like that, man. That
stomp your toe, suck it up for a second.
Yeah, and it's over, right? Yeah, so like, just get through it. Life is a roller coaster, man, for sure. But and again, I'm not immune to bad days. I just talked about the experience, but it really put in perspective just the fact that we are fragile. Things can happen, and I'm very, very happy, grateful that he did listen to everyone. Went to the hospital, took care of it. He's home. He's with his family. He's good. Because I mean, man, I don't even want to think of the other the other side of it, right?
But I have bigger plans for him, man.
Absolutely, man. So such a cool dude, man. Love his energy. Anytime someone's like that, I crave positive people, man. Like I tell everyone all the time, like when I see someone just being constantly negative, I'm like, why are we there? Like, you know what I mean? Like, cut that out. Like, I don't want to be around it. Yeah, I don't, man. I don't want anything negative. I don't want negative environment. I just don't want it, man,
And some people just got that stigma, bro. They are who they are. And they'll never fucking change. No matter what you do, how good you are, they'll always find a way to pull that energy from you and try to get you on their level.
Yeah.
Instead of elevating and getting to a higher level, they're gonna fucking pull you down with them, bro.
Yeah.
And but what's the shit? Misery needs company, and that's a lot of people that are like that. They want your company, bro. They don't want you to elevate. They don't want you to progress.
Yeah.
But they don't want to.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I just again very very happy that everything worked out. He's an amazing spirit. I talked to him yesterday. Love that this turned out to be a good thing in the end. And for all the guys out there, all the men, I know again we're men. We're supposed to be tough. We're supposed to be durable. We're supposed to navigate through things. But just fellas, if you feel like something's not right, if something outside of your standard code or whatever it is, just get checked, fellas. Just get checked, especially as we're aging. Certain tests that we got to have, certain checkups. Every man should have a yearly checkup, blood work, check your levels. I mean, I encourage that.
Beings that we know talked about mental health for a little bit. It was good to get things off my chest, and I know you probably feel good getting things off your chest.
Absolutely.
So turn it into a more positive little conversation. Like, what do you feel your purpose is in life? Like, do you ever sit down and think about, like, or even ask God, like, why am I here? Because, after I got through the depression and going through all that, that was one of my questions. Like, all right, I made it out here. Like, what's my purpose? And I kind of...
Yeah. No, I mean, that's definitely... I think most people at some point in life definitely think about that. For me, I just... Similar to you, not growing up with a father, one of the purposes that I always wanted to have was just try to be a good father and give, my kids a chance to know what that's like, right?
Oh, yeah.
And also try to guide them to be a little bit ahead than I was, because I've crawled, for everything that I've gotten in life, right? So definitely that, but also just really giving back in ways that aren't normally recognized. Like, honestly, just the coaching thing.
Mm-hmm.
I've always done it just because I love the sports. As I've gotten older, I understand the effect that it has on these young kids. I actually just talked about this in a sense to my team. We had to have a team meeting with all parents because we had some things going on, and I told everyone that how much coaching the team means to me. And I told the parents, like, this is bigger than just that championship. Like, this sport is a tool to show these kids that hard work pays off, that there's a reward at the end if you put the work, right? But not only that, and I said this, and I hope everyone took this in a positive light, but I said, guys, there could be a kid here on the team that is, socially awkward, doesn't have friends, and these are now his buddies. And he's gaining that confidence.
And by the end of the year, they'll be his brothers. Bro.
Exactly.
Bro.
That's the goal. That's the story. Like, there could be a kid that's not confident in himself, that thinks of himself less of something because maybe in his school he's not the fastest or the biggest or the tallest, or how it is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that by these kids doing something positive. Like, every game I give awards. And my expectation is that every kid will at least earn one of these awards at some point. That way, on that day, when they win this belt, that hammer, the game ball, they feel like I am the guy. Yep. Today, I am that. Yep. Regardless of whatever happened, that they did their job and that today they're special. Yep. You know what I mean? I've done that for years. Because you need a little bit to recognize who you are, what you bring. Every kid is special. Every kid has something to offer. No, everyone doesn't jump the highest. They ain't the biggest. That's fine. But in your words, find your greatness.
Yes.
Everyone has it. It's just, where is it? And you got to know it. So, definitely, my purpose, I think, is that. I've been coaching literally since I was 18 years old. Once I knew that my dream wasn't going to be there, I started coaching literally the same travel team that I played in. I literally coached my own friends that were a little younger than me, my own old team, with the head coach, and he eventually ended up giving it up to me. And our first championship was with me.
Nice.
You know, it was crazy. It was a surreal moment. Because honestly, up until that day, I've played sports for years. I never won a championship. Never. And again, I literally I asked the coach if I could coach, help him out since I was too old to play now. And he was like, yeah, man, do it. And we did that half a season. The next season, he told me, hey, I can't do it anymore. I'm working. And I said, well, I'll do it. I got a license now. I was literally driving all my friends back and forth. And man, I mean, we won our first championship, dude. It was crazy. It was crazy because we never could get over the hump. And I mean, I couldn't believe it. At that point, I was like, man, I'm going to be a college coach or something. But obviously, life came in the way. And, family, kids, marriage, and all that. Just it's tough to be a college coach when you're doing all that. But definitely coaching has been something that I've been able to use as a tool to build confidence, to give these kids an outlet. People, I mean, I could fill 5 episodes with the stories that I have as a coach, honestly. Most of the people that I've met have been through coaching and stuff like that. I mean, so, and the fact that a lot of, like, even my high school players, come back every year to come see me and see how things are going and support the program. Shoot, actually, one of the kids that we were just playing with Sunday, he's the lefty. He actually played football for me about 8 years ago. He right away recognized me, and and it was like, man, how you been? And so it's pretty cool seeing that, right? And see how they're doing, and they'll tell
you left an impact.
Yeah, you left an impact, and they rephrase things that I told them, and it's pretty cool because sometimes I forget the things I say, but it is pretty cool. So yeah, so if I had to say my impact, it would be just being able to help somebody, man.
Giving back.
Yeah, just somewhere giving back, because again, I grew up on coaches and guys on the playground that would guide me and give me some advice, because again, I didn't really have a male figure in my life that was showing me the ropes or showing me certain things. I kind of figured things out on my own. Well, through going through trial and error, honestly. Even how to be a father. I mean, that's why, every kid I've been a better father every time. So that's why young dads that I talk to out there, I tell them, I say, look, as long as you have the right intentions, it'll work out. You're not going to be perfect. We're not going to be perfect, but as long as you got the intention and show the love. Definitely show love. I mean, that's
the most important part, bro.
It is. And sometimes you learn that late, man. I literally thought that I needed to show toughness. I needed to show how to be a man, and that wasn't necessarily right. Not saying it was wrong, but I don't think that was right. So now I'm a little different. Kind of understand that there's feelings. There's other ways to communicate. And it's fun to reflect back on myself, man, and see the maturity that I've gained over time. With that, but definitely leaving some sort of impact with someone, and honestly, I mean, even though, the kid from the job, I mean, that wasn't necessarily coaching in sports, but it was coaching at a trade in life.
That's even like it's bigger.
Yeah,
for real,
and the fact that
life lessons.
Yeah, and the fact that I made an impact in his life, and now he's paying it forward.
Yep. And to have that mindset.
Yeah, that's, man. When I tell you, man, that it's really cool, the streak that I've been on lately of just as I'm, always been positive, always talked about positivity on a one-on-one in a setting, but now that we're putting it out there, how it's just coming full circle back towards me and us.
Getting that feedback.
It's so crazy, man. It's so... It's almost unbelievable,
it's
man.
God's plan, so it ain't unbelievable.
Yeah,
this was in the works, bro.
Hey.
This was it. Everything happened the way it happened, when it happened, for this to happen. For real, bro.
Yeah,
wild,
no,
man.
hey, you preached it, man. Guys, listen, this man said this. He called this out. I can't take credit for this. I can't. As much as maybe everyone thinks that I did all this, I did not. This man talked it, we walked it, and we're living it. So.
And that you made that statement, I'm getting chilled because I really am that person. Like, if I believe in something, I'll visualize it, I have dreams about it, and I fucking make it come to life. Like, it ain't just me, it was us that.
Yeah.
But I really, look, like, you can't make this shit up, bro. Like, I really am that person. And like, my son asked me the other day, he say, Dad, how do you always predict things and they come true? And I say, because I already seen it, bro. Like, God already planted that seed. Like, my one buddy Ryan also, you know, I talk about him a lot. That's one of my best friends. We go to the Raven game one day. And, you know, this is like when we first started hanging out and going to games and shit. I'm like, you know, this person's going to score, that person's going to do this, and that person's going to do that. I said 3 things. Oh, I said Chris Moore was going to score. He wasn't even starting. He ended up fucking recovering a fumble in the end zone. I told my buddy, I said, you're going to be on the Megatron today. You'll end up on the Megatron. I said one other thing that came true, but I always do it, bro. And he, like, if you could sit down and talk to him, he'll be like, yo, Clayton predicts shit all the time. And he always tell me, why you don't go make bets and win some money? And I told him it don't work like that. Like, I'll just see it in the moment, bro. And then it's like, boom. You know, it's just wild,
I get it.
I'm tapped in, though.
I think anyone out there that's ever been in a situation that they're really in tune with, you know, because I've had moments like that, not necessarily with sports, I mean, but just in life where you have a feeling and you just feel that this is going to happen. So I've had those surreal moments, a lot of it with my kids. You know, I know them, I know just certain things that they say just activate something in my mind, and I'm like, hey, they're about to do this.
Yep.
Hey, this is going to happen.
And you'll see it.
And it's just, I just know it, you know, so I'm definitely with you on that. You know, and it's just,
that's why I got where I am in life, yo, because God has guided me my whole life. When I was out there selling crack and I was walking, nigga, look, I've been in some crazy, sticky situations, but it would be a dark alley and this street would be lit up and God be like, yo, go down that alley. And I would go down that alley and I'm still here, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit should be getting deep, should be crazy, bro. But I always been tapped in. No matter what I did in life, no matter how I moved in life, where I went in life, God always been a part of my life, bro, for real.
Yeah, no, but yeah, no, I'm with you. I mean, definitely moments like that, and I also believe in manifesting certain things. Like, you know, there's been a lot of times where you know, again, like similar to sports, where I'm like predicting that we can do this, and it's more often than not, man, it does happen.
Well, that's when and I'm big on that as a coach, as a person, preaching and teaching.
Yeah.
If you say it enough, you believe it enough, and you teach it, it's gonna come to fruition, bro. Anything you want in life, it's gonna just manifest. It's gonna come, bro, because you really believe it. You really put in that work. Yeah. God plants them seeds. You just gotta water it, bro. For real.
No, I'm with you, but definitely, it's definitely. Like I said, when you really see something, it's surreal, it's wild, it's just eye opening. But you have to be kind of in tune with what you're talking about, really yourself, man. And again, I go back to it. These last few weeks, just really accepting the things that have happened, accepting the position that I'm in, accepting this path that me and you are taking with this, accepting the feedback that we're getting from so many different people. Some close, some not close. Some people that are just coming out of nowhere saying, hey, do you remember this? I mean, man, I could keep going with stories with this stuff. You know, I pick a select few to basically share with you guys, because I know a lot of the guys that I've talked to are watching. Some things a little bit more sensitive than others. But it's been a wild ride, honestly, this last few weeks, and I'm so much more in tune because I've slowed down my mind. You know, I don't have that stress of that.
Hustle and bustle.
Yeah, I don't have that right now, so I'm able to really see things differently.
Where am I coming to you, nigga?
Yeah,
Telling you.
And I mean, honestly, we did this, guys, to just open up, share some things. But I got to be honest, every episode, the more feedback that we get, the more calls that I get, messages, text messages. You know, I mean, I would love to see what we could do if we got into a bigger platform of people. Like I know right now, most of the folks that are watching are most of the people that we know or share with someone they know. So it's a small group of people, right? Small network of people. But I would just love to see what it would do if it would really just blossom you know, to touch many more people.
It's going to, bro. Believe me, this shit is just the beginning. I'm telling you, this shit is going to spread across the world, bro. I'm telling you, people need these conversations, bro. People need to see this. They need to feel it, you know, and that way they'll be able to open up and express themselves and be like, damn, if they could do it, I could do it. Like, it's gonna get there, bro, for real.
Yeah, no, it'd be amazing to see because, you know,
we're on God's time. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for Him. You know what I'm saying? So, and He brewed it up for us. You know what I mean? He told us we was gonna be here, and it just took a little bit of time. How long we've been trying to do this? For like a few, you know what I mean? For like 5-6 months now. It's gonna go places, bro. It's just special. What we doing is special, man, for real.
No, it is. And again, to touch on it, I think everyone that does comment, share, like,
and be real when you do it. You know, don't try to sugarcoat nothing. Don't try to make us feel any better or hype us or anything like that. Just keep it 100. Whatever you feel during that episode, man, preach on it, bro. So
no, for sure, guys. Keep it 100% honest. That is the you know, the
delivery.
That's what we want to do. We, you know, this is why we're doing this. We want to be real with you guys. Give you real stories. I mean, we don't have any type of, you know, thing that we're following. We're just really just having conversations, sharing things that we're seeing, experiences, past stories, things that we've heard, things that we saw. You know, every week we have a message or something to bring to you guys. So I hope that that you guys continue on this journey with us, because I'm just anxious to see where it's going to take us. It's been only a few weeks, but it's been eye-opening, and to be able to reflect on, again, just the feedback and even the conversations that I've had. I mean, the few conversations that I've had with some folks one-on-one have been conversations that almost can't even end, because people are just so impacted by this, and then also them learning about us. You know, we're really getting into some intimate things that a lot of people didn't know about us.
Shit, even when I go back and watch, I'm touched. I'm like, damn, bro, like that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I mean, last week's episode, you know, shook me up a little bit, man. It was definitely one, and it was needed. And I needed to get that out, man.
Oh yeah.
It was definitely something that I was holding in. So, you know, but yeah, I'll end it with this. We've been getting the crew in a different environment playing basketball. It's been fun the last few weeks. Just a different scene, different competition. It's been. I've enjoyed it. You know, we normally don't lose many games, but we've lost some here and there. So it's been fun. I mean, I'll take the losses because that means I gotta get a little better. You know, Nick actually called me on and said he looked like I gained some weight, so I gotta ramp up the gym. I gotta do something. But no, I was
Maniac Fitness, nigga. That's all you gotta do. I get you right and tight, son.
Yeah, I was down a little bit with the calf, but I'm back, so I'm getting there again. Calf's feeling good, man. It's definitely feeling good. Still having it back in my mind, but it feels good. I'm gonna definitely listen to my body. But to close with this, Maniac, I did see that you weren't 100% yourself on Sunday. That's why I kind of let you be a little bit. But I know you're gonna find your path with this and find the answers that you need, man. Because I know that you're dealing with it. And I got your back on it, man. You know, we'll continue to use this platform to share those thoughts, ideas, and how you navigate through that.
Yeah, it feels good to, you know, use this platform the way we are, you know, getting shit off your chest, and then it's helpful for me, bro. And I think that's why we went down, you know, that's why I didn't mind going down this path, and God planted this seed to go down this path, because He knew, like, bro, you can't hold that shit in like you was before. You know, that shit almost killed you because you was holding that shit, and you gotta let shit off your chest. And some people might not like it, some people might not want to hear the truth. You know, like I said, it's nothing but truth, and ain't no made up, fabricated ass stories. This shit 100. This is me. This is what I've been through, and you know, I know you keeping it the same, and God knew that this is what motherfuckers needed, bro. However long it lasts, whatever it takes, wherever we go, wherever God takes us on this journey, this is what it is, man. And I feel good every week just coming in and, you know, speaking my piece and saying my stories. And, you know, sometimes they might be a little sad story, you know, a little downside of the stories like the last, you know, past few weeks, but it's life, you know, and this is just what we're going through at this point in time. So we'll battle through it, baby. That's what we do.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. I just realized we both got Baltimore gear on, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, well, I want to shout out to my cousin Lawrence, because this motherfucker's always giving me shit talking about why you don't wear no Baltimore shit up on your podcast. So, shout out to him. That's why I threw my shit on, bro.
Cool. Yeah, I'm
look,
repping the Ravens for tomorrow.
Just speaking about that, because that's real shit, and I'm glad you mentioned that, bro. Look, can't make that up. You're always giving me shit talking. Why you don't wear no Baltimore shit in there? And that's another thing, we love the feedback. Like that was like something that somebody reached out and just a little simple thing like that, give a nigga goosebumps. So I do my Baltimore. He got his Baltimore, so it's beautiful, man. Yep.
Good. No, that's awesome. Hey guys, one more thing. I know there's been a few that have asked that they want the full story on what happened with my job. I don't know if I'm going to share that completely. There's some things that I'm going through still, but if that time comes, I will. Again, I everything's open with us. I'm not hiding anything. I just want to navigate through this first before I make the decision if I want to share the full story. I know there's been a few folks.
That bubble here, express itself.
Maybe in time, but right now, I'll kind of lay it out there that again, I'm navigating through some things, and we're working through it and back out there on the grind. But hey, that's the end of our episode. Appreciate you guys. Yes sir, brother. Appreciate you sharing everything. Yes, sir, everyone out there, please continue to give us your feedback. Show the love, check our pages and everything. Continue to give us what you guys are thinking. I'd like to hear, who you guys think we should bring on the show. There's a couple people that we've already reached out to and thinking about. So we're going to have some different guests, and we're also looking at different locations. So stay tuned. We're going to continue to share these good stories, and thank you guys for staying with us. Love you guys, man.
Peace.